that parent if it cannot offer support to that child. So it is always best to stay on the nice side and offer what you can before it gets to the point where the court becomes involved. All right? Next slide, please. And I'd like to deal with this common misconceptions about child support. In Kingston and St. Andrew, when I first started there 8 years ago, I always used to hear the court is for women. I almost believe that. But when I look at the Maintenance Act, the Child Care and Protection Act, it is one of the most balanced acts that you can find anywhere in the world. Not even my country has it that balanced, whereby a woman has no more privileges than a man to raise a child. What the court will do is to investigate who is the better parent. Now, a child from birth to probably 2 years old, the court may tend to allow the child to live with the mother because technically the child is not weaned off. It doesn't say that from the time the child turns 2 or the child is weaned off at 6 months that he can't go live with the father. When we do our investigation, we will prove to see who's the better parent. And because you're a mother, because you carry it for 9 months, doesn't mean that you have that privilege, because I've seen some people carry children and that's all they did, carry them. Nothing else. But it said that only fathers pay child support. That is not true. Because if you understand the act where it says that both parties must equally support the child, then that could never be true. Both mother and father must support the child equally. Second, unemployment. That is one that makes my ears turn red. When a man or a woman come to court and say, me not work, I am not working, so I can't support. You can read for yourself. The court don't even entertain that statement, because as long as you have health, you can find something to do. Jamaica's another name for Jamaica's hustle country. Everybody hustles something. Even the person that living upscale, they're still doing something on the side. Whether through Amway, through WorldNet, something they do to bring in extra funds. So as long as you have life, there is something that you can do to bring in some sort of financial claim for that child. And then the last one, mothers will always be favored in custody matters, maintenance matters. Not so again, and I alluded to that earlier. The laws are very balanced in this country, right? Man can raise child, woman can raise child. What is important though is that when that child reaches a certain age, whereby the gendered parent becomes more important, that is the one time that a court will step aside from that. Because a girl at 9, 10 years old, even though she loves her father, he's doing a superb job, she needs her mother more at that point. And boys between the ages 7, 8, believe it or not, need their father much more. I will say this, I said it last year, and I will say it again. You women don't need the man, you man don't need the women. Yeah? But guess what? The child needs both of you. Yeah? So you got to put your differences aside. You can have your own relationship, individual relationships, but that child needs both parents. And every time we do an interview with a child to see where that child wants to live, whether with mommy or daddy, they will lie. All that child desires is to live with mommy and daddy. Okay? So I want you to keep that in mind. That little boy or girl, mommy and daddy. You don't care nothing about how you feel. That's what's important. Okay. Thank you. And that was the end of my presentation. Feel free to ask any questions.
I do have a question. Up to what age can the support go?
Okay. A child is individual is considered a child from birth until age 18. However, if that child is engaged in educational activity, meaning that they are registered at an institution of higher education, whether it be a sixth form, no matter what, as long as that child is registered at an institution of education, it goes up to age 23. Okay? 23.
Thank you very much. Any more questions? No? Thank you very much, sir. It was most informative. We are now going to have our last presentation before we take a break. And I am going to ask the Alines to come forward at this moment. The Alines. And they will be addressing overcoming the difficulties with children who have special needs, especially single parents. They? All right.
All right, afternoon. All right, so I had a question, but it came after she started talking. So my question was, what if in the matter where custody is concerned, what if both parents are competent, qualified, all of that? What's the determining factor? How do you determine which parent is the better parent when both parents are competent?
That's a very hard question, and it's not as hard as it seems. Okay. One, it depends on the age of the child and the gender of the child. The investigative officer will look at many things. Because a parent has a lot of money, don't make it the better parent. Because a woman has 50 children, she had enough experience, don't make her the better parent, even though they're equally yoked, as Mrs. Townsend has said. There's an aspect of custody known as shared custody or divided custody. What it does is look at an arrangement that will benefit the child most. Primary daily care and control is